Hey guys, it's Emily, and this past Friday, August 15th, I went to the My Chemical Romance Long Live Black Parade tour. Let's get into it. For this concert, my dad took me, my boyfriend Roy, and my sister Sam. This was my fit, and Roy came over to my house and I did his makeup for him, and he helped me a little bit with my makeup too because he wanted to, so I decided to let him. And this MCR concert was at the Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. And our seats were pretty good for this concert because we were on the floor. We were in like the LL section, I think it was. Like kind of farther from the stage, but like also kind of close-ish. Like definitely closer than sitting like in the seats there. So when we were on the floor, we noticed a lot of people had these signs, and we were kind of confused on where to get them, but we saw one on the ground and we took some pictures with it. And then a little bit later, me and my dad went around trying to look for the signs, and luckily we found a whole like box of them. So yeah, we took several of them to give to also Sam and Roy. I didn't get any merch there this time, but somebody came up to us giving out bracelets, and I got this one that says Nay, like the sign. And for this tour, every show had a different special guest, or basically opener, and our opener for this night was Alice Cooper. watching me for a while, most of you or some of you may know that like I've seen Alice Cooper at the Freaks on Parade tour almost a year ago, and his set was pretty similar to when I first saw him then. Like I think the only main difference with the songs was he did a tribute to Ozzy Osbourne and sang Paranoid by Black Sabbath. But it was cool to see him again, and I had some fun and seeing like all his band members and like the other like people on stage and the props. So it was cool. Also, we had gotten there like pretty early. Like Alice Cooper didn't start playing until 7 o'clock, and we got there around 6 o'clock ish, or even like before that. So yeah, we spent some time walking around. I really liked this MCR stage design they had. Like they had like the MCR abbreviation like on the stage, and they also had these like flags really high up too. And MCR didn't really come out for a while, like not until like 8:35. But while we were waiting for them, up on the screens there were like a bunch of these rules, and some of them were in English and some of them were like in another language that they made up for this tour. Like it looked like Russian, but it didn't at the same time. Yeah, that was interesting to see. And then eventually the show started.
the official spokesman of the cheesesteak. Yes, just any old cheesesteak will do for the Black Parade. And how are you all tonight? Are you having a great time? You're having a great time. Alright, so let's kill some people. Oh wait, different thing. Okay, so when you came in, you all got this sign. And one sign says chicken, the other says fish, right? Is that... Never mind. Alright, hold on. Yeah, keep the music on. Here we go. Okay. Alright. One side it says yay, right? The other side it says nay, right? Well, we're gonna have a vote here tonight, right now. These people over here, I don't even know what the fuck they did. But they're either guilty or they're not. Wait, we're guilty, but are we gonna kill them? That's how this works. I forgot. So, all those in favor of putting the vote in these motherfuckers, let me see the yay. It's not bad at all. Now, all opposed to that action, let me see the nay. I'm not sure. One more time now, everybody at the same time, hold up the yay or the nay, whichever you believe. You gotta give the people what they want, and what they want is block. Let's go, Philadelphia, roll! Ready? Aim! Fire!
I don't love you like I love you. Yes, sir.
goes like this. A please fetch me a dagger, a tool for my trees on the steed. A delicate matter, yes, trust me, a dagger is just what this plan of us needs. We'll follow the script to the letter. Just what this Marianne. Her father brought us to us as part of this plan. The thing about Marianne is when she sings, she can see everything. Let's count her in. What do you say? What do you say? I said 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And shit that I've done with this fuck alone. And now I cry out to where till after all. Oh, carry on. When I'm bothered with Was it? Now come on to this tragic affair. Wipe off that makeup of sinister stare. You don't like what you see. You can find out firsthand what it's like to be me. So gather round, babies and kiss this goodbye. I'll encourage your smiles. I'll expect you won't cry.
And it was amazing. And also, if you've been watching me for a little while, you may have known that I did go to When We Were Young Festival Day 2 in 2024, and I did see My Chemical Romance then for the first time. So, and they did perform the Black Parade album then. This time felt even more special. Also, I loved the opera singer. They had Marianne. She was so gorgeous and she sounded amazing. She was singing along on Mama. And then after they played like most of the songs on the Black Parade album, they played the song The End again. And then after the end, they left the stage. The song Blood was playing. I think I showed in a clip already, but that guy with the white outfit was like dancing around on stage until he exploded. There was a bit of a little break sort of, and there was a cello player on the stage. And then the MCR members, they walked up onto the B stage and they just had like more casual outfits. And I was hoping they would walk past our section, but they didn't. But it's okay. Oh my gosh, the B stage set list was crazy. So I'll go over the songs they did now. The first song they did on the B stage was Head First for Halos, which was also the first time this song was being played on this tour. And then they did Bury Me in Black. And then they did one of their most iconic songs, I'm Not Okay, I Promise. And then they did my favorite Danger Days song, which was Destroy Ya. And then they did my boyfriend Roy's favorite song, Heaven Help Us. And when they said they were gonna do a B-side from Black Parade, he was like, I hope it's Heaven Help Us. And it was Heaven Help Us, and we were like freaking out. And I'm so happy for him that he got to hear his favorite MCR song on his first time seeing MCR too. So lucky Roy. And then they did Give 'Em Hell Kid. And then they did The Foundations of Decay. And I was so happy to hear that song live because I didn't get to go to the reunion tour. Unfortunately, that was 3 years ago. And I know that was the first song they did on the reunion tour. So to hear it live on this night was amazing. I got like really emotional like halfway through the song or something like that. Because like I remember when this song came out and like to hear it live like a little over 3 years later was just surreal, and like it felt like a full circle moment. There were several times throughout MCR I got emotional and cried a lot, like during Cancer, of course, and I think Famous Last Words. And then the next song they did was another iconic MCR song, Na 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 Na. And then right after that, another iconic MCR song, Helena. Sadly, we did start leaving during Helena to try to avoid the traffic, which we did. Spoiler alert, we didn't. During Helena, while we were leaving, we did actually get kind of close to the B stage, like for like a few seconds, and unfortunately the security guards didn't let us stay there for too long, so we started leaving. And then the last song they did was The Kids from Yesterday, which is Roy's favorite song from Danger Days. The show was pretty great, but after the show wasn't so great because we got lost looking for the car. But eventually we did find the car and we got Roy home, and then me, my sister, and my dad got home at almost 1 a.m. Yeah, also my dad picked up some confetti at the MCR show, and it's just these 2 black pieces. I forget which song the confetti came out during, but it might have been a few different songs. And that was my experience at the My Chemical Romance Long Live Black Parade tour. One of the best concerts I've been to, and I would say best concert I've been to this year so far as well. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If any of you went to the MCR Black Parade tour or are going to, comment down below about your experience with that. And maybe also, like, what was your favorite song you guys heard from the B stage set list, if you have a favorite? I would say my favorite was between Destroya and Foundations of Decay. Also, I know Frank Iero is the one who puts the set list together for the B stage set list, as I've heard. So Frank Iero, you did an amazing job with Philly. Thank you. And once again, thank you to my dad for getting tickets for another amazing concert. And that's all I've got for now. So, bye!